us every day. Gives us life, right? The sun and the sky. Right? That's what gives us life every day, the sun. That's what sustains our existence. No, life. That's what sustains the existence of the whole earth, the sun. Right?
Technically, no, but...
No? It doesn't? No, I mean the sun sustains life for our existence. Without the sun, we don't exist.
The sun is just a heavenly body, and it only basically propagates certain things upon the earth. It's
yeah, without it we don't. Yes, it is, because without it we don't live. We have no food. We have no vegetation. We have nothing.
But even with the sun, you can still experience something called famine. You can still experience something called drought. As a matter of fact, the sun can actually be responsible for something we like to call a drought. So it's not the sun. The sun is just a heavenly luminary that's responsible for certain things, certain factors. It is the Lord, the Most High, whom the world ignorantly calls God, whose true name is Yahawah, okay, that is responsible for all life. He is responsible for life and death, according to these scriptures.
I understand that. But the sun sustains us so we can have life.
Once again, the sun only plays a part as a heavenly luminary. It also was created. Okay?
Everything was created.
There you go. Psalm chapter 40 and verse 7. Then said I, Lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. This is Yahawashi. I delight to do thy will, O my power. Yea, thy law is within my heart.
So you believe that God had a son?
The only begotten son. His name is Yahawashi. Okay? That's his only begotten son, according to the scriptures, okay? Meaning the first creation then, so to speak.
Wow.
Once again, when it's all said and done, if you really want to get down with this word, you gotta pray, bro.
Well,
and attain to this wise counsel. If you're not getting it from this, pray, man. That's all we can tell you to do, pray. Because really and truly, again, this is who we're coming out here for. You see that? So if your fathers are not of this, then that means you're not of this nation. And if you're not of this nation, you're never going to get it. But through the Spirit, if you are of this nation and it is given unto you, then you're in good shape.
Well, I'm not saying that nothing in that book is true or good.
Even if that was the case, you never read this book. It was never given unto you to even crack this book open.
But I've heard people speak upon the book.
And you're hearing the righteous speak upon the book. You're hearing those that were called to speak upon this book. That's what we're telling you. We're telling you to listen to them that were called. You gotta switch it up.
So pastors weren't called?
No. Not them people. Exactly. What does the scripture say? The Spirit of the Lord dwelleth not in temples built with hands.
Ephesians chapter 4 verse 29.
There you go.
Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearer.
That's it. That's what we're trying to do. Again, this is called the gospel, the good news. Read that again real quick. Yeah, go ahead.
It said, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth.
That corrupt communication is talking about damnable heresies, things that are not according to this word. Continue.
Said, but that which is good to the use of edifying.
But that which is good to the use of edifying. You are an Israelite according to the Bible. Therefore, according to the Bible, you are the apple of the Lord's eye. That's supposed to build you up. That's supposed to make you think, damn, that must mean that I'm worthy of great responsibility. I better get my act together. The Lord loves me according to this book.
So why would he put us through all of this?
Read that again.
Why?
Read that again.
About the scripture about chastities.
Oh yeah, go ahead and get that actually, yeah.
But why would he put us through this?
We're about to show you.
What did we do?
We're about to show you. Because ultimately it's to fulfill prophecy, but we're about to show you. Specifically. Again, everything that we're doing It ain't to gainsay. It's not to be given some kind of great glory. The scriptures say, though we are the one that planted, it is the Lord that reapeth the increase. We're here pushing the word of the Lord for the Lord to be glorified. Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, not us.
For the Lord to reapeth the increase, right?
For the Lord reapeth the increase.
The
The Most High. Yahawah, whom the world ignorantly calls God.
Who's getting the increase?
I just told you. Whom the world ignorantly calls God, through his son, Yahawashi, whom the world
But I'm
ignorantly
saying,
calls Christ.
in this world, in this earth, in America, you are saying who's reaping the increase?
The man
The
that
Lord.
is in the spirit realm that controls both the earth and the spirit realm. The Lord. Not man, the Lord.
But the man is reaping the increase, though. Man is reaping the increase here, not black man. Am I right?
It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, Yahawah dealeth with you as with sons. And what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
Now break that down for me. Say that again. Break that down.
Son of verse 6. It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth.
What does that mean?
Chasteneth is like, you say like if you have a son or a daughter or a child that's like bad, you discipline them to make them better to not do so.
Okay. All right.
It's saying, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he received.
Yeah, go ahead and continue bringing it down. I was getting ready to back you up anyway. Go ahead.
Alright, so it says, if ye endure chastening, it's like you say, the scripture say, he that endures in the same receives. So whoever stays in the truth and keeps his discipline, keeps going with the most high instructions, he will be saved. It said, if ye endure chastening, Yahawah dealeth with you as his sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? It's like your parents go, correction when you're doing something wrong.
Right.
But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
You heard that? Where all are partakers. Okay? You got people that are being chastened right now, and they're not heeding to that chastisement. Go ahead and continue going to his room.
He said, furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and he gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? Just like how we had fathers that, they beat us or whatever, whatever to correct us. That's the same thing the Most High does. We were talking earlier today about, basically, once you come to serve the Most High, you're going to go through trials and tribulations, test your spirit, so to speak. It says, for they barely for a few days chasten us after
Their own
pleasure.
exactly.
But he for our profit, that we might partake of his holiness.
Alright? And just to prove that, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, starting at verse 8. What?
It's verse 11. It says, now no chastising, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous but grievous. Nevertheless, afterwards it yieldeth the peaceable fruits of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. So the things that we're going through, it may hurt, it may seem bad, and you may not like it, but at the end of our journey with God, we're going to be basically good. It's going to be good.
This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18, to even push the point further. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Verse 19. Better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. You heard that? So now I'm going to read it again and break that down for you. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. So what is pride? You see what I'm saying? You got guys out here that really believe that in their heart of hearts, yo, I did this. This is of me. I, the man, have done this. This devil that's ruling the world, He didn't rule the world of his own in any way, shape, or form. But he saith in his heart, I've taken this world down. That's not the case. You see what I'm saying? We were delivered unto this bastard. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. And you see, us as a people, we were delivered to this bastard because we grew in pride. When we were in power, because there were times when we were in power, what did we end up doing? We wanted to walk in the ways of the Gentiles. The Lord told us not to walk in the way of the Gentiles. So this is what screwed us in that whole thing. And so, because we grew in pride, we were destroyed. We were taken down. Verse 19. Better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly. This is why when you first trod this earth and you start living this life from a child coming up, are you glorified? No. You're humiliated first. You go through things and you fail. You play a game, you lose. Why? So that you will be humble. When you're humble, you're able to actually learn. You're in a better spirit to actually receive now because you don't want to have to go through that again. Okay? The Lord does everything with order. Everything the Lord do with order is with order. That's why the scriptures tell you, let all things be done. You see what I'm saying? Decently, and in order. All right, continuing on in verse 19.
But hold on, but why we don't got no power though?
I just read it. As a matter of fact, let me continue reading. So yeah, actually get that real quick.
I don't believe in the curses. We're not cursed. We're misled, misguided.
But what did you just get done saying? Why do we have no power? So what that means is you're actually cognizant of the fact that as a people we're supposed to have power, but right now we don't have any power. Yeah, curses did that. Once again, we fucked up, so the Lord smote us with these curses. Read them.
Deuteronomy 28:1.
Yep.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice
If thou
of the Lord,
shalt continue,
hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power,
right,
to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command you this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
that's a blessing. If we do his will. But eventually we became proud.
But who's in power though?
We just
The Lord, right?
Yeah, I mean,
continue finish reading. Yeah.
so in verse 15, it says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments.
Stop right there. The voice of the Lord thy power. Who are they talking about?
The Most High.
No, they're talking about the European white man.
No, they're not.
That's who's in power. That's who's been in power. That's who wrote this book that was in power to write it.
No.
You don't think that was in...
Did not write this book at all. He was not even given the spirit to write this book. Continue reading, please.
It said, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now we're going to read some of the curses and break down. So it says, all right, verse 20, it says, the Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thy hands unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
There you go.
So it says, cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thy hands unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
So yes, cursing, vexation. What is cursing, vexation?
What are they doing now?
You see what I'm saying?
What they're doing now, right?
Yeah, so it says, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of hearts.
I know Tori's a
Thou
liar.
shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness.
This is why a lot of us can't get this.
Isn't it? But what he just described, isn't that what the white man is doing?
The white man is not doing anything. This is what we're trying to explain to you. All of this is of the Most High. It's the Most High's doing.
But who's in power? That's what they. That's how they want. That's how they want to trick us in saying that the Most High is doing this when He's not. Why would He do that to His people?
Because the Lord controls all things. The scriptures say it is the Lord that is responsible for life and death. The Lord doeth all these things.
These are the Lords here.
No, they are the current power of this earth, but they are not our. They're not
But
our
this,
power.
when they talk
They're
about
the devil.
when they talk about the Lords, these are the Lords that they're talking
Nah,
about.
that's not what this is talking about.
Trust me,
This
it
is not what we know that this is not what they're talking about.
They took over our nation by this man right here.
Right, this book
Who
is
they
not
call the Lord,
but
right?
this book is not talking about that man. Better yet, bring what's that scripture again? I think it's in the book of I think it's in the book of Matthew, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure first of all.
Why you don't think that book? How is that book not talking about that man right there when his face is all over the book?
That's like what we were saying about the slave.
The slave master. To think.
That's why we got this sign right here.
Yeah, his face is all over that book, all over the book.
But you know what?
It's no pictures in here.
No,
But
no,
it's-
I was
but-
getting ready to say, they tell you what the real Messiah looks like. That's why I'm saying, get that scripture where it tells you what the real Messiah looks like.
I mean,
Revelation 1 and 13. That shows you what the real Messiah looked like. That's the true visage of the Lord of hosts. And they actually, as if the white man wrote the book, why would he put this scripture in there? Isn't that a little counterintuitive?
Revelation chapter 1, verse 3.
Right.
It said, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of his prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand."
Yep.
That's verse 13. It said that in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, talking about the churches, remind you, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with garments down to the foot. Like how we got these garments that are like, to our ankles. It says, clothed with garments down to the foot, and girt about the paps with the golden girdle. Like in during the ancient time, they used to have like almost like, how now the police are soldiers, they got bulletproof vests to stop bullets from shooting through the chest. So they would wear like warrior belts so they couldn't get stabbed in the stomach and all that stuff. So it says,
Armament then.
and girt about the paps with the golden girdle. His head and his hairs, with his head and his like facial hair, it says, were white like wool. White and then wool, you know what I mean?
The texture.
Yeah, like our people, we have like woolly hair. No fan woolly hair. It says, and he was, and also the scriptures say that he was from the tribe of Judah. So that's why, you got the tribe of Judah, the so-called African Americans. It says, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Yep.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. Like brass is already like a goldish color, but it says as if it burned in a furnace. So
And when it burns, it gets darker. You see what I'm saying?
and his voice as the sound of many waters.
You hear that?
So that's like one Revelation scripture that totally destroys,
This image, exactly.
And that's, people don't read, and they follow after like what the people teach in the church. They never really, like, it's certain scriptures in the Bible that people that go to church, it's like they just never read. They never bring up the church and all that stuff. They like never, or even if you bring up the scripture, these scriptures, Revelation 1, Daniel 5 and 6. It's like people, they just, it's like they don't want to believe this.
So who is the devil? The white man, right?
Yeah, I mean
That's the physical manifestation of the devil. You see
Exactly.
that? That's what the white man is, the physical manifestation of the devil.
Who gave you this? Who gave you
Okay.
the book?
He didn't give us, that's what I'm trying to show you. He did not give us the book.
We wouldn't know about the book if they didn't give it to us.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was written in Hebrew. Our people are the Israelites. We spoke Hebrew. We had scrolls and all that stuff.
Thank
They
you.
took it and translated it and tried to fit themselves some
But
kind
they
of way.
translated it into
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, this is English. This is
English.
just all this is just written in English.
Right,
How
so
do
that
we
we
know that,
would
though? How do we know that?
get the book of Amos 9 and 7.
How do we know that if we didn't read if we don't speak Hebrew and
Let me just give
and we never had the Hebrew doctrine?
I'm trying to think of the scripture.
How do we know that?
The blue letter Bible.
Yeah, how about that? Yes,
Let me
yes.
just show you something.
The blue letter is going to break. That's what we're trying to show you.
But you don't see how we're manipulated by the book, though.
A lot of us don't even know the book. How can we be manipulated by it? You want to know how?
It wasn't written for us, man.
Alright, this is scripture, Isaiah 14:1, right? So this is an app called My Sword. You see those blue, the thing that's highlighted in blue, that's the number of the Hebrew word. So see right there for Lord, right? It's Hebrew 3068, right? So you type that word, that's Hebrew, right? At first, Hebrew is read from right to left. That word right there, that character is basically Yasin. That next letter is the Hasin. That next one, the little line, is the Wasin. And the next one is the Hasin. So it's Yahawah. Like, see this right here? There's no V, there's no O.
So it's really Jehovah.
No. Because there's no gas right here.
Sorry. So first off, see how this says translation? That's why you have to, like, we don't learn it necessarily to, like, be sitting out here like we're bilingual and all that stuff.
No.
We're learning it to be able to break it down. This is what I'm saying. You got to take the meat from out the bones. So this right here, first off, just like I said, that character right there, there's no E sound in the Hebrew. So it's not it's not it's Yah. There's no O, there's no character that makes an O sound. So that's not right. It's Ha. And then there's no V, so it's Y. And there's no J in the Hebrew alphabet. So you can't. So we know that word in the Hebrew is Yahawah, right?
So Yahawah, but they got Jehovah out of Yahawah.
Yeah, but there's no J in the Hebrew alphabet.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but
that's what I'm saying. This is how.
So when they say Jehovah, they're really saying Yahawah.
Yeah, like that's why, for example, I'm just saying with this app right here.
So God's name is
Yahawah,
translated into Jehovah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's actually, see, like Lord and all capital, there's several words in the scriptures that are gonna be in English a certain
when they say Lord, they're talking about man.
Okay, first things first, right? What he's showing you there was the Assyrian. That's not even the real Hebrew, first of all. Second of all,
man, I'm just reading the scripture.
Yeah, second of all, man didn't create man. You know this. Man was not responsible for man. Yahawah is not a man in the sense that he's in the flesh like us.
You understand that? It's energy.
According to the scriptures, he's a consuming fire. Then you see what I'm saying? So the word Yahawah, Yah meaning he, then Hawa is to be, am, be, or is, exist. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what.
I understand what you're saying. But we get misconstrued and
no. But I'm saying we were taught by people that actually studied this, so we know what to look for, how to dig through take the meat out of the bone. Just like I said, Jehovah, you'll see that in other scriptures. Like it's a scripture in Psalms that Jehovah's Witness like to use and say that's the name of the Most High. But we know there was no J in the Hebrew alphabet.
Right.
And we can go, just like this, how we're doing, looking up the Hebrew words, like they won't do that. They'll just take it
for face value.
So when they say Jehovah was the name of the Most High, then they're not really incorrect.
No, but I'm saying, just say like in the times of the ancient Israel, they wouldn't have said Jehovah. There was no even letter.
Right. I understand what you're saying, but I'm talking about now these days. It's basically the same thing.
But never forget, the Lord is only dealing with the Hebrew. He's not dealing with this. He's not. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So therefore, what you have to understand is, like the brother said, you got to peel back the surface and look at the stuff that they're not going to reveal to you. Furthermore, you also have to be convinced in the spirit as well. You can do all the studying that you want, but if you're not convinced in the spirit, then none of that studying is going to mean anything. You see what I'm trying to show you? You have to be convinced in the spirit to actually get this kind of thing. The Lord got to actually show you these things. See what I'm saying?
It's just like me, right? I was into like when I was younger, I was Baptist. I was into like Islam. I was into the 5%ers and the Wahhabis, all that black consciousness stuff. And I even had the same you know what I mean, perspective as Jew, like the Bible is a white man's book. But then it's like when I actually heard someone break, like how we're trying to break it down to you, it's like I could make, you know, connections and stuff, and I'm just studying to disprove what they're saying. But once you know they're breaking it down and looking at words and stuff, it's like in the churches they're not gonna do that. People, it's like it's to people that go to church sometimes, it's like it's I don't want to say like nightclub.
I get what you're saying, but the scriptures call the churches a harlot house, so you'd be right.
Yeah. It's like they're not really
teaching.
You know, they're not even really serious about. It's like my dad. He went to the Prince Hall Masonic Lodge. He was a bishop of Mason and all that stuff. So I know about this stuff.
Because you're not going to go all the way
And
across.
there was even people that were there that told me, like the one ritual master or whatever, because I was in this group called the Knights of the Daggers. It's like a junior, like, you know, to be a Mason, you gotta be 21 and you gotta be the one and all that stuff. And he told me, you know, the things that they believe or whatever, it's not, he knows it not to be the truth, but it's just like he just followed it. This guy that I'm talking about, he was actually like some pastor, like the youngest pastor in the city of Philadelphia or something like that. But it's like from that point on, I knew, okay, you know, they know that what they're doing is not right, but they're just going along with it.
Why would they do that? Why would you do that? Why would you know that something is not right? It's not what's going on.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. And then, you know what I mean? To join that group, it's like you have to take a death oath and all this stuff. Like, I mean, I'll just tell you the stuff that they did. Like, for example, one of the initiations, they blindfolded you. You had to, like I said, so you had to follow somebody like this. You know what I mean? Blindfolded.
Right.
You know, it's like they're representing just blind faith and just, you know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean?
It's sick. That's what it is.
But again, it's indicative of what. And again, this is written in the Bible.
Yeah, but that's what they go by though. That book.
They don't go by it. So this is what I'm trying to show you, right? These people are not true believers in the Bible. You want to know how we know they're not true believers in the Bible? First of all, like he said, you have to take a death oath. That's not written in the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? That's not a law that we're supposed to abide by. A death oath. That's number one. Number two, you see what I'm trying to show you? Their whole thing is to mislead.
So you don't think they use that book for wickedness?
But that's the thing. This is why they're called the left-hand side of the Most High. They were requisitioned to be the wicked, the so-called white man. They were literally created with the full intent of being the wicked. That's why the scriptures call them the children of the wicked. That's why the scriptures say that anywhere that they set their foot upon, it shall be called the border of wickedness, because that's exactly what they were put on this earth to be, the wicked.
Yeah, I mean, just like how they can use the Bible to mislead people, but I mean, that's not what we're out here doing.
No.
As a matter of fact, King David said it best. If we can go to the book of Psalms in that one.
King David was a Masonic person, as I believe. That's who wrote that book.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Psalms. Where it says all this.
Was King David black?
How could he be anything else?
But I'm saying, in the beginning of the gospel, right? It gives, I think it's Matthew, it gives a genealogy, so it's telling you.
No, first of all, David is not black.
Yeah, I mean that's an English term.
Yeah,
We would say Dawayad.
Yeah, Yahawah or Yahawah, yes.
Right.
That's what we read in the Hebrew.
Right.
But again, they're dealing with translations, which were meant to cover up the truth. So you have to peel back the layers. For example, his name is not Jesus, right? And then furthermore, Jesus is not even how you say it in the Greek. It's Jesus. His real name is Yahawashi. He is the deliverer. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about peeling back the layers. That's what we're out here to do. We're out here to expose the truth.
But
to bring the truth to light.
He works in the unseen world.
Who works in the unseen world?
The so-called Jesus. He works in the unseen. He doesn't work in our
He's working through us as we speak right now. As a matter of fact, the scriptures is called the Comforter. He left this behind before he departed this earth. That's actually written. So he's working through all of us. What you got? All right, go ahead.
Why would God have a son? Why would he need that?
Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. It said, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." So this is basically saying